Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana and today is day number 28 of our Manifesting Through Faith series. We are approaching the end of the series, but you can find the rest of the days inside a dedicated playlist titled Manifesting Through Faith. With that being said, let's get started and read some of the verses from the Proverbs of the day. Evil people run even though there is no one chasing them, but good people are as brave as a lion. Evil people do not understand justice, but those who follow the Lord understand it completely. Children who obey what they have been taught are wise, but friends of troublemakers disgrace their parents. If you refuse to obey what you have been taught, your prayers will not be heard. Those who lead good people to do wrong will be ruined by their own evil, but the innocent will be rewarded with good things. Those who work their land will have plenty of food, but those ones who chase empty dreams instead will end up poor. It is not good for a judge to take sides, but some will sin for only a piece of bread. Selfish people are in a hurry to get rich and do not realize they soon will be poor. Whoever robs father or mother and says it's not wrong is just like someone who destroys things. A greedy person causes trouble, but the one who trusts the Lord will succeed. Those who trust in themselves are foolish, but those who live wisely will be kept safe. There is a great wisdom behind the words in this verse right here, because how many times have we actually fallen victim to our own actions? Let's think of a toddler, a very independent and curious one who likes to explore around and likes to use their genius inside their mind to be able to learn new things and figure out how things work. And even though this toddler knows how to walk, knows how to open doors, knows how to balance themselves whenever they go downstairs, still we would keep an eye on them because they don't know better. We want to make sure that they stay out of trouble, that they don't know. They're still innocent. They don't know that if they go to a sharp object, they could get hurt. If they play with knives, they could get hurt. You get the idea. And it is not because they're stupid, but because they just don't know any better at that moment. And sometimes by messing up is how we end up learning lessons. The point is that we cannot always assume that we know everything, because sometimes our own curiosity might lead us into trouble. Our own curiosity sometimes doesn't see the other side, the one that requires discernment. And life in many ways is like playing chess. There has to be strategy involved. There has to be a bigger vision. There has to be a bigger wisdom that we go back to. We need structure and we need action as well. In life, we cannot just expect to have everything falling onto our lap. That is part of having vision, that is part of visualizing, that is part of imagining, because we are then allowing our subconscious mind to be able to little by little fill in the blank on its own, and that is done at an energetic level. By understanding ourselves, we can understand others, even if others cannot understand themselves, which then that would translate to them not understanding us. Regardless of what it is, when we have discernment, when we have a plan of action, when we have a strategy, when we have the Word of God to go back to, and we have a sacred place, a sacred time dedicated for our connection to God, then we're able to refuel and we're able to make less foolish decisions. Because let's remember, nobody is perfect, and there's so many lessons that we need to learn to continue our journey in life. If we were not learning, if we were not evolving, then we would not be alive. Let's look at a heartbeat. It has ups and downs, right? And similarly, when we're looking at growth is not going to be linear. Growth is going to have some downs, but we're gonna then go back up, and then we're gonna come back down, but it's not gonna be at the same level as before, because we learned this lesson. And then by integrating the lesson, we can go up even higher. And even if we have to learn another lesson, we have already unlocked this lesson right here. So even though there's more lessons along, it gets easier every time and much lighter than if we continue to repeat the exact same lesson that did not allow us to continue growing. And we do that by breaking the cycle. And how do we break a cycle? One of the ways that we can effectively break a cycle is by being present in the moment and imagining that you are observing a movie of your own life. Because when you do this, then you are less attached to the outcome, because you know that that's Kobe, by the way. Because the perspective is different, and it is through that perspective that has changed that then you're able to unlock a different type of wisdom that you need at that moment for that lesson. So acknowledgement is key whenever we're breaking a cycle, whenever we're breaking a pattern, and replacing it then with a new set of beliefs that then are going to get us closer to our desired outcome. We need to have that clarity, because if we don't have that clarity, let's remember that perspectives can shift depending on what we are perceiving. Are you gonna help Mama? Here's Kobe again. He has joined us again one more time. I love you too. I would only imagine that through his perspective, even if I make a human mistake, he would be rather neutral about whatever is going on. He would just be observing me. He would not be judging me, but he would be just observing and looking at it through a different lens that is rooted and grounded through the eyes of love, through the eyes of understanding. And then we are able to unlock so much more forgiveness for ourselves, so much more grace, and a wider perspective that then allows us to learn the lessons that we needed. All right, this is what we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us today. I will see you tomorrow for our next chapter. Until then, take care.